Okay, close this. Excellent. And there we go. Perfect. Okay. So let's start. You bet, Casey. Absolutely. I'm glad. Okay, so I'm going to share screen so that you can listen to the music. So all you really need to do is right now is get yourself in a comfortable position. And I'm going to start with things. The first one is havening, and havening is just stroking your arms 20 times, and I'll demonstrate it again later. TAT points are where you take your thumb and your ring finger and you put them on the inside of your eyebrows, like if you feel where your eyebrows end, put those two fingers there, and the other two fingers meet in the middle of your forehead, and the other hand goes to the back of your head. A third technique is where you breathe in, let's say for a count of 5, and breathe out for 10. It's at least breathing out double of what you do. So if you want to clear some energy, breathe in, let's say 3 and out 6, or in 4 and out 8. Some people do alternating nostrils. Some people hold in between. All those help clear your energy, you know. Another one to add, a fourth one to add is you can say, you can tap the top of your head and say, I'm connecting my head brain with my heart brain, with my gut brain, and the gut one's down by the belly button. Connecting my head brain with my heart brain, with my gut brain. Connecting my head brain with my heart brain, with my gut brain. 3 times usually works. All of those you can use by themselves, or you can use them layered. You know, different emotions will come up, maybe sadness. And if sadness comes up, I might stroke my arms 20 times. Or anger, if anger comes up, I'll hold the TAT points and I'll wait until I feel better. If I feel a little scared, I might tap my head and my heart and my gut 3 times. Do the thing that feels right to you, whether it's breathing or chanting or EFT or whatever it may be. But that second 30 minutes is the space where you get to safely clear things which are bothering you, emotions which hurt. And if they're bigger emotions or angrier emotions, let me admit Suzanne. Suzanne, I'm so glad you're here. You can keep your audio on if you want, or which everybody's doing in your video off if you want. Just get yourself comfortable, because you'll want an eye mask and headphones. And this first part, you want to try to stay awake if you can. And I was just showing or talking to people how if emotions come up and we want them to in this space we're going to be together, we want our emotions to come up. Anger, hurt, things we're obsessing about, the stuff that normally might disturb our sleep. If we let them come to the surface, if we let ourselves think about them, and every time a thought comes up, make a rule for yourself. And the rule is, if I feel anything, jealousy, hurt, anger, sadness, irritation, aggravation, overwhelm, whatever it may be, if I feel something, I'm going to do one of my clearing techniques, one of the nervous system regulation techniques, which is havening, stroke your arms 20 times, TAT points, and then breathing, chanting, whatever thing that you like, but promise yourself to clear the energy. It's kind of like the rule. In this space, it's safe to clear the energy. And if anybody needs anything, you know, you can always put something in the chat. I'll be paying attention. So this first part is nesting, getting yourself ready. I'm going to share my screen. We're going to start the music. And this will slowly help your brain dial down, and I'll light the candle too. Oh yeah, let's light the candle first. I was gonna, and I got distracted. Okay. There we go. Excellent. So make sure you have your candles lit, the things you need to feel comfortable. Share screen. Share computer sound. Share. And we want this. Okay. If for whatever reason this isn't, you need it louder or softer because you can't adjust your headphones, the sound on them, let me know. I'll keep looking at the chat to make sure that there's nothing anyone needs from me. All right. The first thing I want you to do is go down to your root chakra. And I want you to feel kind of where the center of that is. Feel in your body a warmer part or a part that's a little more sensitive or a part that draws your attention. Just notice that there is one part that's more sensitive. And just by paying attention to it, it gives it more life force. It gives it more nervous system signals, more blood, more white blood cells. It sends it nourishment. So when you nourish that core that's a little more sensitive, it makes everything stronger. So we're doing, as a friend of mine says, tending. We're tending that part of us. If you have a general sense, I want you to go up to your next chakra, which is around your belly button. That orange color. Kind of look inside of yourself. And maybe you don't feel, maybe you see it. Maybe you see the color orange and part of it's brighter or darker. Maybe that's what you're noticing. So Autumn's joined us. Hi, Autumn. We're in a relaxed space. You've got your eye mask on if you want. You have your headphones on if you've got them. You keep your mic and your video off. And we're feeling for the more sensitive parts of our chakras. So we started with the root and we felt around for an area that might be a little more sensitive. Now we're one up by our belly button. And in that color orange, you want to see if there's one area or another area that has more sensitivity. And this first time through, we're just starting to gain an awareness, the sensitivity of it. That's why we're moving quickly. So the next one up is by your diaphragm. You want to feel in your diaphragm area smell or see. Maybe there's a sound associated with it. Maybe there's a felt sense. But you just want to feel for the part of your body where they seem to have extra nerve endings, where there seems to be more going on, sort of more of a pulse, more of a life force or generator. Now move up to your heart. So that's green. Ram Dass says the soul is found in our heart. I would agree. You know, if you notice, the heart's directly below the breastbone, with the majority on our left side and a small smidgen on the right. And what I found is I feel my soul is in this small area on the right. So just keep that in mind as you sort of check in and find that extra space. Okay, and then move up to your throat. Blue. That's your thyroid. You want to give your thyroid a little bit extra attention. It drives a lot of things. So feel into your thyroid. Notice if there's a spot that feels more sensitive than another. Now up between your eyebrows. Back there is your pineal gland, indigo color. Your pineal gland is between the back of your throat and the back of your head. So if you take that spot between your eyebrows and went all the way back to between the back of your throat and the back of your head, your pineal gland will be there. And that's an important gland, especially for seeing things from a perspective, being able to have a wider understanding of what's going on. So it's good to start having a sensitivity and an awareness where that is. Because remember, what you focus on is what gets nourished, is what gets strengthened, what gets more nervous system signals and blood and activity. And it's a strong part of our body. And when it's activated, it sends out these pulses. And these pulses ricochet around the inside of our skulls and inside of our brains like lightning storms. But these lightning storms are coordinated, so it's a lightning that it follows, you know, it doesn't get lost. When we are out of order, our brain acts just like that lightning storm where it's unpredictable. Whereas when the pineal gland has those electrical waves, they go and they bounce and they connect and they interconnect almost like in a dance, like this music. So it's good to activate our pineal gland and to give it some attention and start understanding where it's at. Because also what you get to know, the parts of your body you get to know, are the ones you now can influence. When you know your lungs and your breathing and you're familiar with it, now you can make changes to it. You can recognize when it's shallow or when it's deep. You can then use it in order to calm down or use it to keep yourself focused. Same thing with the pineal gland. When you get familiar with it, familiar with what it feels like or where you sense it, you can activate it, you can use it. Or with your thyroid, where you focus, that epicenter will tell the body to nourish it, and your thyroid will get healthier. So the last one, violet, is the top of your head. I just want you to feel that. Feel a sensitive spot at the top of your head, top of your skull. Violet color. Notice if when you pay attention, you notice a heightened sensation to it. Like it feels more tingly or it feels warmer. This is why we do this. It's like a body check-in. It helps you learn where the different parts and pieces are. It helps you learn how to manage them or navigate them. And when you do it as a practice, your body starts to regulate itself. And it goes beyond healing and it goes into thriving. Because things start to line up. You're able to see through what other people would get emotional about. You're able to be a voice of leadership. You're able to be a voice of calm, of centeredness. That's why we do this. Because it not only gives you a sense of calm and a sense of centeredness, it gives you a sense of purpose. And you make a positive impact in the world instead of feeling hijacked by it. You're able to be a positive influence when there's so many voices that are fighting because they can't get things working together. That's why we're doing this. Okay, so the next part of what we're going to do now that you have a sense is the healing part. I want you to let your mind go where it needs to go for this next half hour. And I'll keep an eye on the time. You don't have to. And every time you have a thought you don't like, every time you have an emotion that's uncomfortable, an idea, a memory, feel it, but don't feel it very long. Only feel it for a few seconds, if that, and immediately clear the energy. Don't sit in the story with it. Don't obsess about it. Don't let yourself obsess about it. Instead, what you're going to do is you're going to flip the switch in your brain that takes you from fight or flight, when your brain is that electrical storm that isn't working together, and it tells your nervous system, it tells your brain to work in sync. It tells it to work in sync. And when you do that, you're able to go through those walls and those blocks that are keeping you stuck in behaving like you've always behaved. Because when you flip the switch, it like sends calcium through it. It sends calcium through it and brings life, like a dam that's been removed out of the way. And the chemicals that were keeping you from seeing, something that would make you feel peaceful, those chemicals get flushed out of your system. It's like a flushing, it's a cleansing. So some people will cry, and some people will shake, and some people will have digestive things, and some people will sweat. But usually something happens with your body. Muscles relax, the jaw untenses. You feel movement where you hadn't felt movement before. So that's why I use these two main tools. And you can use whatever tools you like, but these work very quickly. These regulate your nervous system in 60 seconds, 90 seconds, 5 minutes instead of hours of obsessing and thinking and worrying and gnawing on it, making things up about it. Just make it a rule. Let your mind wander. Let it do what it's going to do about the anger, the hurt, the frustration. Let it come up, and everything that comes up, either do the havening where you stroke your arms 20 times, do the TAT point, thumb, ring finger, middle of your forehead, the other hand on the back of your head on your occiput, cradling the bottom of your skull and the top of your neck. Those are the two main ones that I use. If you use those and nothing else to keep clearing your energy, going back and forth sometimes, going havening, and then another thought, and then the TAT points, and then another thought, and then the more TAT points, and then a havening. If you do that, you will take decades off of your healing process. Instead of going to therapy and being stuck, you are starting to get it off of your system. That's why this is like one of the most important things you can do, is keep clearing, keep polishing the mirror. So I'll keep demonstrating, as I work through anything that comes up for me, so you'll see me doing it. But use whatever clearing techniques you want. I also use one, this is for the advanced, where I have a visual of what it is. Let's say my dad's face, or a penis, or a tax form, or something that agitates me, something that's bothering me, an angry face, a name, a text. And I have a visual about it, and I point at it, have it in my mind's eye, I point at it, and I turn left 3.5 times, while I keep my eye on it, while it goes around with me, and that'll break the trauma bond. That'll break the trauma bond around it. Okay, so make sure there's no notes, nothing from anybody. That's good. All right, that's the goal. Listen to the music, clear anything that comes up, and I'll let you know when a half hour is over. Okay? Okay. Okay. So I want you to finish up any emotions that you have still going on, anything that you were looking to process. And we're going to go to the end of this. There we go. Just what we need. Okay. So, now that you've finished up any emotions that have been hanging around, we're going to do this one by one. We'll go back down to our root chakra. And you want to feel for that again, the color red, a place of heat or sensitivity. And while you're sensing it, I want you to think of something that makes you happy. While you're noticing that area that feels like it's kind of the center, notice it and think of something that makes you happy. Now move up to near your belly button, that color orange. It's your hara in Asian medicine, your center, your core, your balance. Find that area in your body. Those are your digestion. And think of something that makes you happy. Now yellow, to your diaphragm, your solar plexus, that sense of safety. It's where emotions come up when they're ready to be released. When you have tension in your diaphragm, it means that there's an emotion that is ready to come out into the world, ready to be felt. Whether it was something buried from a long time ago or something that just happened. And you get that knot, you get that tension, it affects your breathing. That's an emotion ready to let go. So focusing on your diaphragm can make it easier for you to handle emotions in the moment, as it strengthens that part of your body. So it doesn't feel so fragile and weak. So feel for that, look for the warmth, the color yellow, a sound or a smell or something that gives you a cue. And when you found it, think of something that makes you happy. Next, we can go to the heart. The heart has its own brain. It's able to sense things many, many feet away. Your heart informs your brain, and your gut kind of acts as another piece of information. They all work together. So your heart's that color green. You want to let yourself feel that love, because when you feel the love, it lets your heart be able to sense more of what's around it, to feel more intuitive. It doesn't feel so fragile. It's able to handle difficult times easier. So when you focus on your heart and think of something that makes you happy, gratitude, compassion, joy, think of those while you feel around your heart and your soul, because that's your antenna, and you're able to feel and see and read more of what's in the world, and you're able to broadcast, you're able to communicate better into the world. Your heart's like your radio transmitter receiver of your body and your mind. If anything comes up, any negative feelings, any anger, hurt, frustration, sadness, overwhelm, negative thoughts, just clear it. Don't even give it the time of day. Just relax, thank it for coming, welcome it for coming, and clear it, because it's wanting to be let go. Those aren't ideas and beliefs that serve you anymore, and they want to be released. So don't hold on to them. It's like holding on to ghosts. Let the past go into the past. Next is up to your throat chakra. That's your thyroid. So powerful. So important, that little butterfly gland. It regulates so many important hormones. It regulates so many important systems. It helps us feel more in balance. Let yourself be in balance. Let yourself focus. Focus on that blue. Focus on that chakra. And you'll find when you do focus, you start to speak more authentically, not from anger or frustration or irritation or depression. You start speaking from a deeper truth. And when you speak a deeper truth without all the frosting and sprinkles on it, when you just speak it, people are able to hear it way better than when it's behind layers of condescension or hurt or anger or fear. Clear any fear, clear any hurt, clear any anger that comes up when you think about speaking your truth. When your throat chokes up, when it won't let you speak. Let those memories and feelings bubble to the surface and just clear them. Take them and clear them. think something that makes you happy. Up to between your eyebrows. Think of almost like a laser focus back to your pineal gland. Or think of it like a long telescope almost that they'd use out at sea. Little pocket scopes that would expand. That's how I see it. Like the eyes, except it's a third eye connected to your pineal gland. That lets you see subtler connections between things. It lets you make sense of things, make sense of it all when you activate your pineal gland. Indigo is the color. And while you feel for it and sit with it, think of something that makes you happy and how grateful you are to have it in your life. Follow whatever feels right for you to release anything. You'll notice that I'm moving. I'm getting into my neck muscles. Little figure eights. Little swaying, letting my neck relax. Increasing the blood flow to that pineal gland. Whatever feels right to you to increase that movement along your spine, all those electrical signals going to your nervous system. I'm going to loosen all that up. Okay, now you're going to go to violet, top of your head, that soft spot. It's more sensitive, you feel it. Where we can feel the electricity, the wavelengths around us, more sensitive. You can feel when things are tired and depleted in your energy field, and you can feel when things are active and alive. You can feel that, and it's measurable. When you feel heavy, your field is small. You feel connected, like through the top of your head. It strengthens your field of energy around you. So feel that connection. And I'm going to sit here for a few moments. And if you want, you can feel the energy go all the way up from your root chakra, to your belly button, to your diaphragm, to your heart, to your throat, to your pineal gland, to the top of your head. You can feel the energy going through all of them, almost circulating. We're going to sit here running this energy. And while you run this energy, while you feel into the field, see if you can feel what's around you, how sensitive your skin is. I want you to think of something that makes you happy. think of how grateful you are to have it in your life. It could be something as small as how soft your sweater is, or how good it feels to be connected to other people in a shared, caring experience. How grateful you are that you made the time for yourself tonight. It will help you get through the week. It will help you get through tonight, through tomorrow. You gave yourself a gift when you gave yourself this 90 minutes tonight. So I want you to feel your whole being for this last 8 or 9 minutes. Feel in that place of contentment, happiness, something that makes you happy, or laugh or smile, and the gratitude you have to have that wonderful thought or memory or sensation in your life. It could be as simple as loving chocolate. Doesn't matter. All that matters is that you vibrate and you feel and you be in that space of loving, compassion, and gratitude. You may feel your body change. Maybe it's straightened. Maybe a shoulder moves into place or a hip adjusts just a little bit. Allow your body to settle into a position that feels good and healthy, that opens you up for the flow of electricity down your spine. Without tension, just allowing yourself to be free. Stay in that gift of gratitude. Stay in that gift of something that makes you happy if you can. Go back to that. Okay. So I hope that was a good practice for you tonight. I hope you're able to get some peace, some clarity, get some of that stress off of your system, things that might go back and can go back ever since you were a kid or things passed down from your family. I hope you're able to clear some of that and be in a really good space to love yourself again. So I hope you sleep well. Thank you so much for being a part of this and helping me have my practice by being here with me. And I will see you tomorrow morning on the live stream. I'll talk to you later. Good night.